You couldn't blame the draft board at all because, well, they're assigned so many people to supply so many people, and I was available, even though I had children or expecting children. So I went into the service. We were guarding Patton's headquarters, and they needed more troops at the Bulge, and so they dismantled the 3rd Army headquarters, and they had us drive over to the Bulge. And we arrived there. We drove mostly at night. We got there, and Patton was just delighted because we were right near him. We could hear the German machine guns or tanks coming. We could actually hear that. And you would have thought that they would got there a lot quicker than what they did because we were prepared for that. But for some reason or other, they ran out of gas not too far away from us. We heard this. And, you know, our officers came around and said that they're not very far away from here. A lot of us guys slept under the trucks that night. The next morning we had 8 or 10 inches of snow. And some of the boys didn't get it under the trucks. And I felt so, you know, you just had a feel for them guys. I recalled so well that I was only one of the fortunate ones that had a bedroll. And one of our boys come woke me up the one night. This is where we were at. He said, "Shorty, it's your turn." And he says, "I'm so cold," and he was just shivering. I said, "Well, come get in my bedroll." Oh, he says, "I got my shoes and everything on." I said, "I don't care, get in my bedroll." And the day we left, he said, "Shorty, never forget you." He said, "You saved my life." So that's how really bitter it was. Shortly after that, the war was over, and then they moved us around so that we guarded the German and Russian prisoners. And I say Russian prisoners because the Germans had Russian prisoners, and we were assigned to take care of them. And we stayed there, I would say, about a month. These prisoners became aware of it. Our artillery, our anti-aircraft unit was attached to the 44th Infantry Division. And the Infantry Division got there just before we got there because they had these bodies that I have here, the pictures of them. They have them outside the buildings already, but the blood on them wasn't dried up yet, so you know it wasn't too long before we got there that they were killed. The Jewish prisoners attacked these guards when they found out that we were coming. When our U.S. infantry got there, they attacked the guards, and they're the ones that killed those German soldier or prisoner, well, guards. So that's how those bodies, they were killed by the Jewish prisoners. How they did that, I'll never understand, because they were so emancipated, undernourished, that you can't understand it. But it's just a miracle. Really, it is a miracle. We got to walk through all of the buildings and saw where they hung these emancipated people, the people that couldn't do what they were supposed to do. They were hung. Humanity cannot understand what an emancipated body is until they see something like that. It'll stay with you the rest of your life, I'll guarantee you. It's just how low humanity can really get. It's impossible to know unless you've seen that. They marched them people from Buchenwald to Ohrdorf. And if they couldn't keep walking, the guards walk up behind them and shoot them in the head. People that deny the Holocaust, they're not telling the truth. They're just not telling the truth. What I have experiences and knowledge of how the country works, I wouldn't trade it for a million. I really would not. I would not trade it. It taught me things that I've never known before. And to show compassion